B2B sales teams face a math problem. You can spend 30 minutes reading a prospect's recent posts and company news to write one highly specific email, or you can send enough generic emails to hit your daily quota. Doing both manually is impossible. Dropping a first name and a company name into a template is not fooling anyone. Decision makers spot these merge tags instantly, and they ignore them just as fast. We are moving out of the experimental phase of AI chat and into agentic workflows. Instead of prompting an AI to write a single email, an AI agent pulls the data, reads it, and maps out the entire strategy for you. With tools like Claude Code, you can turn a raw prospect list into a complete 5-touch sequence based on verified enrichment data and have it ready to send in under 30 minutes. You are no longer writing emails from scratch. You are architecting a system that writes them for you, interlocking data points into a cohesive narrative. The objective here is volume control. You run highly targeted micro-campaigns that actually command attention, rather than blasting generic pitches into the void. Step 1 is data access. By connecting the SyncGTM MCP to Claude Code, you give the AI a direct line to over 50 enrichment providers. Claude operates as a true research assistant here. It scans this incoming data to comprehend exactly who your prospect is and what their company actually does. This flowchart demonstrates the waterfall approach. A simple email address goes in, producing a rich profile layered with their current tech stack, funding rounds, and job listings. All these signals, from recent LinkedIn posts to newly installed software, build a highly specific digital footprint. Because the AI is working strictly from this concrete footprint, it does not have to guess or hallucinate details to make the copy sound authentic. When you feed an AI highly specific inputs, you get highly specific outputs. That specificity directly drives the reply rate. Where most teams fail with AI is asking it to build the structure and write the emails in a single prompt. That results in the exact same pitch repeated slightly differently 5 times. Instead, you separate the tasks. You run a structure prompt first to lock down how many emails you are sending, when they go out, and the goal of each touchpoint. This map layout shows the resulting campaign structure. Day 1 might be an introduction based on a hiring signal, while Day 3 pivots to social proof, and Day 7 focuses on a specific software integration. Because Claude commits to these distinct angles up front, it forces the actual copy to evolve naturally through the sequence. It is the exact same workflow educators use when building a syllabus. You establish the learning outcomes and the timeline before you draft a single word of the lesson. That structure acts as a strict intellectual guardrail. It keeps the entire sequence cohesive and prevents the AI from repeating itself. With the map approved, you run the copy prompt. This is where Claude applies the specific prospect data to the structure you just built. This pyramid diagram shows the hierarchy Claude uses to choose the best opening line. It selects the highest ranking signal for each person. For example, referencing a recent LinkedIn comment shows immediate relevance, while falling back on a broad industry trend carries much less weight. Claude actively pulls in direct quotes or specific numbers from these sources, verifying the data before dropping it into the draft. It also adapts to seniority. An email generated for a CEO will be short and indirect, while the version for an operations manager will focus heavily on specific workflow problems and ROI. The difference is clear. You go from a generic, just checking in note to a sharp, signal-based draft addressing a recent company milestone. That level of precision tells the prospect you did the work. It respects their time, and that is how you earn a reply. Step 3 is delivery. Claude formats the finished sequence so it can be pushed directly into your sending tool, like Instantly or SmartLead. To protect your deliverability, cap these segments at 25 to 30 prospects. You also must have your infrastructure locked down. That means having SPF, DKIM, and DMARC properly configured on every sending domain. This heat map shows the deliverability risk. Pushing out massive bulk sends will burn your domain reputation. Rotating smaller, tightly defined micro-campaigns keeps your sender score high and ensures your emails actually land. Because Claude writes a unique variation for every single person, you avoid the exact match patterns that trigger modern spam filters. Deliverability is a technical discipline. The best copy in the world will yield 0 meetings if it ends up in a spam folder. Once the sequence completes, you capture the open and reply rates and feed that data right back into Claude. Just like AI tools require constant updates to their source materials to stay accurate, your sequences need fresh data to remain competitive in the inbox. Claude will analyze the performance and generate a revised sequence. You test one specific element, like swapping the call to action, and run it again to isolate what actually worked. This feedback loop transforms a static outbound campaign into a living asset that gets sharper with every send. That is the complete workflow: structure, copy, variations, and deliverability constraints, all handled autonomously. You went from a raw list of target accounts to a fully personalized, multi-touch sequence ready for the inbox in under 30 minutes. Set up your first micro-campaign today. Look at the data, adjust the variables, and let your results dictate the next move.